Welcome back to SpadeCardMagic. Today I'm going to show you two easy beginner card tricks. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so you guys really enjoyed the last video I did, so here are some more beginner tricks. And let's get started. Alright, for the first trick, I can have the spectator pick any card. So let's say I pick this card right here. I can just show you guys and just memorize it while I stick it back inside the deck and give the deck a few cuts just like that, completely losing your card. And now, I can even give the deck a shuffle, like this. Just to even further mess up the deck. And now, your card actually jumps to the top. But the spectator would say that's not their card. So I can actually just put the 4 of hearts down. And now, I can ask the spectator what their card was. But they would say that it wasn't the 4 of hearts, because the 4 of hearts was actually right here the entire time, in the middle of the deck. Because right here was actually the 10 of clubs. Alright, this trick is extremely easy. You can start off by having the spectator pick any card. So let's say they pick this card here. It's a 5 of hearts. And then you want to control it to the top. In the performance, I use the double undercut control. And you can start off by sticking the card in, out jogged about that far. And then with your thumb, you can come over, push down slightly and push in. And it will create that natural break. And you want to kind of tilt the deck this way to conceal that hole from the front. And then you want to come over with this hand and grab about half below that break, bring it to the top. And then you want to grab the rest of the cards at that break and bring all those to the top. And if you do that right, their card will jump to the top. Alright, then you guys want to do a double lift. And an easy way to do that is by holding the deck like this and then pushing with your thumb, so it creates a little bow in the deck just like that. And that's exactly what you want. Then you come over with this hand, kind of ripple up the side until you feel about 2 cards, and turn over those 2, and that will be the double. For more details, I have a video up there on how to do a double lift. So once you do a double lift just like that, say it's the top card, and just casually say that their card jumps to the top, but the spectator will say that that's not their card, and then you can just casually place that card down. And now from here, there are a few outcomes that will happen. So your spectator will either turn over that card immediately, which it will be their card, or they will still be looking at that card. And if they are still looking at that card, what you can do is just ask what their card is, and that's complete misdirection, because at that time you just want to quickly cut the deck and turn it over. Then you want to look for their card. So it's right here, and that was the card that was originally going to be on the table, but then you can turn over that card and reveal that it's their selection. Alright, for the next trick, right here I have Jack of Spades, and I can take that Jack of Spades and just put it down, and even put the deck box on it, so there's no way I can get it. Then now I have the 9 of diamonds. So just carefully, if I take the 9 of diamonds and I wave it over the Jack of Spades, they just so happen to swap places, just like that. Alright, this is a classic street magic trick, and it's really easy to do, but for this you need a duplicate card. So here I'm using duplicate 9 of diamonds, and you want to start off by having one of these cards at the 3rd position. Then you want to put a random card in the 2nd position, then the 2nd duplicate in the 1st position. So this is what the top 3 cards should look like. And then once you have that established, you can start by explaining that you're going to take the top card, but what you're actually doing is taking a double lift. And an easy way to do a double lift, kind of like mentioned earlier, the strike double, you want to push down in the center of the deck with your thumb, so it should bow just like that. You want a nice bend like that. And then once you do that, you can come over with this hand and just practice dribbling up the side of the deck with your index finger until you feel 2 cards, because these cards are now at a little wedge shape. So once you go up with your index finger, just like so, you will most of the time feel 2. And then once you take that double, so here it's the Jack of Spades, you put the top card down, and then you do another double lift, so here it's the 9, and then you put that card and wave it over, and then it looks like they swap, but here you actually have the other 9 Then when the spectator is reacting, you can sneak this card into your pot. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Spade Card Magic.